What's up, chili dogs? All right, today we're gonna do a easy enemy AI in Unity 5 using C Sharp. Never JavaScript ever. So what we want to do is create an easy enemy AI, as said, and we're gonna be using Unity's physics and a rigid body because our enemy is, in this instance, is not a ghost. It will not travel through walls magically. The result is we'll have a enemy that'll look at you and then chase you around when he gets to within a certain range. So we need to create a bunch of variables, create a very simple AI state machine, add a rigid body game object as mentioned, create two functions. One is look at the Playa, and another one is attack the Playa, and then Playa test the game and have a hoot. So let's just do it. We have capsule enemy ding dong here, which will be interesting when we throw the script on it because he'll probably flip flop around. And the first thing we need to do is, of course, create C# script. And we'll just call it AI easy for now. That seems to work. So double click on that. And get ready to make a bunch of variables. And also remember two things. We'll go back to our capsule enemy ding dong. And he doesn't have a rigid body, so we're going to need to add a rigid body component physics rigid body. And he'll probably fall over now, I think. No, he didn't. We can bump into him. Just fall over a little bit. He just fell over. Oh. So okay. And also, because we're going to be using rigid body, we need to change this to fixed update. And get ready to make a bunch of variables. We need to make a bunch of public floats. And the first one will be, we'll call FPS target distance. And this will be, next one will be, you know what? I'm just going to copy and paste that so I don't have to write it a bunch of times. Enemy look distance. This will be how far the enemy, of course, is looking. And we're going to make an attack distance. And another one. And we're going to make a enemy movement speed. And we're going to make another public float called damping and a public transform, which will be our player, our first person player, transform, and FPS target. And I'm using very specific variable names because it can get a little confusing sometimes. And a rigid body, and we'll call it the rigid body. You can, of course, call them whatever you like. And a renderer. And it's going to be called my renderer. Actually, it should be called probably, I will just leave it as friend. That's fine. Okay, so we got a bunch of variables here. Rigid body and render. All good stuff. So we got our start already. And the first thing we need to do is we need to say my render get component. And it's a renderer. So we're going to get the renderer component and inspector. And also the rigid body is going to have to be, oops, hold on. I just realized. I didn't render, get component render. And then the same with rigid body, which is the rigid body equals get component and rigid body. Now I always like to check just in case I made a typo or something has come up. Type expected. This is wrong. Ding dong, put it in the wrong spot. Okay, all good. That's why I like to check back and forth. So now we got, excuse me, we got a lot to do here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the, also just looking here real quick, and we'll throw this script on our enemy ding dong. So you can see that you have all these variables exposed. And this is good to do because you can reuse the script on another enemy ding dong or whatever, and you can change it. And I see we have no transform yet, so we'll just throw our first person controller in there. And later we will adjust these to whatever we seem suitable, whatever seems suitable. So we got to get our target distance in update, fixed update, and that is equal to vector3 dot distance, and then you got to fill in the blank. FPS target dot position and transform dot position. So what we're saying is the distance, FPS target distance, and remember this script is placed on enemy ding dong. So it's the how far we are away from FPS target position and the difference from where the enemy is. So that'll give you the how far away they are. And I just want to see something real quick. And you see FPS target position. If you forgot what that is, FPS target, that's our little dude. Yep. Okay. So now you can make if statement. And we're going to go if FPS target distance is less than enemy look distance. So we go, if that happens, we're going to change the color to yellow, whatever color you like. So to do that, you go my render dot material dot color equals color dot yellow. And then we're going to have him at this stage look at the Playa. Playa. And look at player. Will be our function. And also we want to just make sure that it works. So we'll put print and look, please. Look at the Playa, please. And again, double check, wait for Unity update, and we don't have our look at Playa function. So we go over here, let's make sure we get the right curly French fry. And put it over there. Don't you look at the Playa. Now this is a fun one because I can't even say this word, but you go rotation. And if you know what quantité means, look it up because there's no way I'm even going to try to explain it. And then look at rotation. Look rotation. Look rotation. What do you mean? And you're going to look at the target dot position minus transform dot position. And again, because I make many typos, I like to update and make sure it works. So you're saying you got quantité and rotation. So you're making a variable called rotation, and then it's equal to all this. So basically, this is the part where it's telling you what's going to rotate or turn. Transform, this is the actual rotation part. And then, oops. What the heck is going on here? Do you hear that dog barking? Slurp like Slurpee. And that's going to make it kind of like smooth, like butter. Transform by rotation. Why? Because we want to rotate it. So that's the rotation. And we're going to put the rotation in the next argument. And then time, dot delta time, times our damping. And let's see what happens. Save it. Don't hate it. And okay, no, still good. Well, let's see where we're at. Let's see what happens. Command P, play, and let's see if anything happens there. Nothing happens because we haven't assigned a variable. So we were saying if FPS target distance is less than enemy look distance. So we go over here. Where is Captain Enemy Ding Dong? And it is target distance less than enemy. So we need a target distance of say 10 and enemy look distance of say, so I guess you can say 10 also. 9. Let's see what happens. 9. It worked. It turned yellow. Look at the craziness. He's yellow. Okay, that works. And also you can look in the console because it says look at Playa, please. Playa, please. Now let's say if you get even closer, he's gonna the ding dong is gonna attack. Put a little space in there because it's kind of hard to read. And make sure you're not inside that curly fry. So you go FPS target distance. If it's less than attack distance, so if you're getting closer, you go over here and you need to say attack please. And then you need to create your attack please function. And before we do that, let's also just say print attack. So then we know it's working. And go down here and make a little bit more room. And what do we want it to do? We want them to move towards you. So now that we're using a rigid body, so we need to say rigid body add force. And remember our rigid body right here is where we declare it. So rigid body add force. And throw in what you need to do. This is very easy. It's all in the documents. So I mean, get to know the documents. Know them, love them. Always have them open. Enemy movement speed. And so all we're saying is when attack please is called, the rigid body add force. And it'll begin to move. And by the enemy's movement speed. So now we also need to go over here and go to our ding dong enemy and give him a movement speed of say 10 for now, I guess. And just throwing a damping of 5 and attack distance. So if he gets, say, within 6 meters, he'll begin to run to you. And let me just make sure. It looks pretty good, I think. I'll do one more thing. Oh, look at. Oh, my God. He's going. He's going, guys. He got stuck at the walls. Dang. This is. Oh, that was one of the best games I ever played. So we're going to do one more thing. Else, curly fries. We're going to go my render material dot color equals color. Let me see, actually. Let me know what. No, I'll put it on the next one. Dot red. Put it in the wrong spot. So he's going to get mad and turn red when he's chasing you. And if he's far away, we'll call him blue. Blue. So let's see what happens. Just. Oh, dang. Look at that. What? Oh! Dang, this is ridiculous. Where is he? Where is he at? Look at this game. Where'd he go? Where'd the enemy ding dong go? Ding dong fell down. The ding dong. He's blue. He didn't go red. There he's red. Oh, red means dead. Oh, damn. And, blues. That's it, guys. Pretty easy. Learn it, love it. Make sure you know what all this means all the time. Don't just copy and paste code. That's the pro tip. And thanks for watching. Rate, review, and subscribe. Smash on like buttons is what all the cool kids seem to say. I don't know anything about that. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.